Hi, my name's Jeff Bell. I'm one of the Royal Servants Mission Trip leaders. When we rolled into 2020 4.5 months ago, we had no idea that words like pandemic and social distancing and sheltering in place would become part of our everyday normal vocabulary. And several weeks into it, you might be trying to finish your school year online. Teachers are trying to teach from home online. My wife's doing that. Depending on where you live, you might have to wear a mask. Here in California where I live, we have to wear masks when we go outside, but my neighbor made me a really cool one, so I get to wear that when I go to the grocery store or wherever else. And it's hard for us to see people that are losing their jobs, that are losing their businesses. Some of you have probably lost important things to you this spring. Sports seasons, school activities. I know some of you are probably seniors and you're missing out on all those senior activities and graduation even. So we have no clue what's going to happen next. We don't know when this will be over. We don't know what things are going to look like when we do get back to some kind of normal. And hopefully it will be soon, but we have no idea. So we're kind of stuck with these concerns. And the question for us is, what do we do as believers when our concerns turn into fear? Times in my life that I have been most afraid, I think, are the times when things around me were spinning out of control and I had no idea what was going to happen next. Welcome to the world we live in. When I start being fearful, I try to remember 4 biblical truths that help me regain the right focus. The first is God is in control and not me. And that's a great thing, because if I was in control, I'd probably mess it up. That same God who's in control loves me, and he promises me that he'll be with me all the time. Third thing is, since God is in control, I don't need to be. And that's freeing. And the fourth thing is, because God's in control, I can trust him. And when I do trust him, he'll give me courage and he'll give me peace. That sounds really simple, but it's not easy. Because in order to take that approach, I have to live according to the truth that God does a much better job than I do of being in charge. And I don't like that, because that goes against my pride. Maybe these COVID-19 circumstances will remind us that some things are so far outside of our control that we have to trust God because there's no other options. And when we do that, maybe it'll be easier for us to trust God with the other things in our lives that may not be a big deal to other people, but they can be a big deal to us. One of my favorite books of the Bible is Joshua. And in Joshua chapter 1, we read that Moses had died and God was calling Joshua to be the next leader of Israel through some pretty rough days. No matter how prepared Joshua may have felt, he was likely afraid because he didn't know what was going to happen next. And I think that's why God 4 times in chapter 1 commanded him to be strong and courageous. In Joshua chapter 1:9, God said to him, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And it's important for us to remember that in these times, God is with us wherever we go. And when I can remember that, it brings me peace, and I can move forward no matter what the challenges that I'm facing are, hopefully with some confidence because of what God brings to me when I trust in him. Hey, attached to this video are some more questions if you want to have some further study on this, some questions for you to reflect on, some other scriptures to look at. And I also attached some songs from one of my favorite playlists that when I'm kind of struggling with being afraid of something or not knowing what's coming next, I go to that playlist and I just relax and take in a little bit of who is really in charge and enjoy those songs. Hope that'll be helpful for you. Thanks for being here today. Bye.